Greetings, fellow humans, and welcome to the Book Wormhole. I'm making an announcement video because this is the start of something new for my channel. This will be my first year participating in the judging panel of the Subjective Chaos kind of awards. This is a literary award created by book bloggers and judged by book bloggers, awarded to the best in speculative fiction for the previous year, so we will be focusing on 2021 publications. The Subjective Chaos kind of awards has been going on for 5 years now, and it's only gotten bigger and better, and I am so grateful to have been invited aboard. I'm going to link the Subjective Chaos kind of awards sites in the description below, which will also contain all the links to other participating book bloggers. There's a lot of cool people with a lot of great taste. In this video, I'm briefly going to talk about the titles that have been nominated, but not go into detail because at this point I haven't read majority of these. I didn't nominate in all categories, and nor am I planning in voting in all categories as well. Really, voting is going to depend on how much reading I do from now until finalists are determined in July. I also hope to do a couple of reading vlogs of books that are nominated to document my thoughts as I go, but I haven't done reading vlogs before, so we'll see if I actually end up doing that. But without further ado, here are the nominees. The first category is fantasy. Sister Song by Lucy Holland, The House of Rust by Khadija Abdallah Bajaber, The Jasmine Throne by Tasha Suri, The Unbroken by C.L. Clarke, The Inheritance of Orchida Divina by Zoraida Cordova, She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan, Wendy Darling by A.C. Wise, Blackheart Nights by Laura Eve, and A Master of Jinn by P. Jelly Clark. For the category science fiction, Far From the Light of Heaven by Tay Thompson, Several People Are Typing by Calvin Kalsuki, Firebreak by Nicole Corner-Stace, Notes from the Burning Age by Claire North, Meet Me in Another Life by Catriona Silvey, Shards of Earth by Adrian Tchaikovsky, Alex and AI's Guide to Love and Murder by Brent A. Harris, The Unraveling by Benjamin Rosenbaum, and A Desolation Called Peace by Arkady Martine. The next category is Blurred Boundaries. This is a category that is kind of a mix of fantasy and science fiction, or basically just any sort of speculative book that doesn't quite fall entirely in either fantasy or science fiction. Light from Uncommon Stars by Raika Aoki, Night Watch on the Hinterlands by Kay Eason, The Cabinet by Eun-Soo Kim, The Actual Star by Monica Byrne, The Library of the Dead by T.L. Huchu, On Fragile Waves by E. Lily Yu, The Light of the Midnight Stars by Raina Rossner, Sorrowland by Rivers Solomon, and The Velocity of Revolution by Marshall Ryan Maresca. The next category is debut. This is Our Undoing by Lorraine Wilson, The Wolf and the Woodsman by Ava Reed, Unity by Ellie Bangs, Inscape by Louise Carey, Iron Widow by Siren J. Zhao, The Witch's Heart by Genevieve Gornacek, and The Counselor by E.J. Beaton. And the next category is young adult. The Mirror Season by Anna Marie McLemore, The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna, We Light Up the Sky by Lilium Rivera, and House of Hollow by Crystal Sutherland. Next category is short story. Immortal Coil by Ellen Kushner, The Badger's Digestion, or the first-hand description of Dunaskin Beastcraft by an Alwyn researcher by Malka Oder, The Amazing Exploding Women of the 20th Century by A.C. Wise, and Homecoming is just another word for the sublimation of the self by Isabel J. Kim. Next category is novella, and this is How We Stay Alive by Shinge Niri Kagunda, Tower of Mud and Straw by Yaroslav Barsukov, Fireheart Tiger by Aliette de Bodard, A Manslaughter of Crows by Chris Wilrick, A Psalm for the Wild-Built by Becky Chambers, These Lifeless Things by Premi Mohammed, One Day All This Will Be Yours by Adrian Tchaikovsky, A Spindle Splintered by Alex E. Harrow, The Past is Red by Catherine M. Valent, The Annual Migration of Clouds by Premi Mohammed, The Future God of Love by Dilman Dilla, and Sun Daughters, Sea Daughters by Amy Ogden. Next category is graphic novel, The Girl from the Sea by Molly Knox Ostertag, Shadow Life by Hiromi Goto and An Zhu, Lore Olympus by Rachel Smith, and Tide Song by Wendy Zhu. Last category is series. Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nagan, The Kingston Cycle by C.L. Polk, Los Nephilim by T. Frohawk, Knots and Crosses by Mallory Blackman, and The Expanse by James S. A. Corey. So a lot of amazing titles that I've heard a lot of great things about, and a good chunk of this was already on my TBR, so this is just the perfect excuse for me to go ahead and read them. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of the nominees, what you thought of them. Obviously, it's not gonna really influence what I think of them, but I'm just curious of what to expect from some of these books. And as usual, remember to support your local library and shop independent bookstores when you can. I know for this, I am hitting up my local library so I don't have to buy all these books. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. The Badger's Digestion, or the first-hand description of Deniscan Beastcraft, by an Owen researcher. This title is longer than the actual short story.